Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back as always. Thank you for the support. So I decided in the end to come back with this little Red Robin Deluxe craft pad again. I know I had a couple of plays. I think I played with 2 pages out of it, so there may be maybe 4 videos already with this. So let me just pop this page out if it wants to cooperate. And this is the Warmest Wishes page. So if you haven't got the craft pad, you may already have the Red Robin kit. I think it is a kit that was released before. And then I've got the foiled cardstock to match. So I'm just going to pop that out of the way for a second. And it's just going to try and slide away, so let's just pop that down there. I've just piled a load of things on my desk before I started because I found some things when I was clearing out. Okay, so I'm going to make a sort of pop-up panel card. That's the plan anyway, so we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to start by bringing in a piece of A4 300 GSM white cardstock and my trimmer, and I need to cut this to 6 on the short end. So I've got a nice piece there for die cutting with, and I need it to be 11 on the long end. So hopefully everybody should be able to manage this. I know some people do struggle to get hold of the A3 card, so this should be a little easier. So I'm going to bring this in with my little tool, and we're going to score this at 1/2 inch, and we're going to score this at 2, 3.5 and 5, and then we can just come in, give those a burnish down. So this is going to form the box at the base of our card, like so. Okay, so that's the start of that. So what I'm going to do is start to cut some layers, and I need another piece of card as well, which I will also need to score. So I'm going to bring in another piece of white card, same stuff, same 300 GSM, and this piece needs to be oh, measured this out beforehand, bear with me 2 seconds. Um, 7 inches, and then I'm going to leave the length side for a minute. So we're going to start to work on these layers, and then I can work out the size, permanent size on that. So this will fold up like so. So this here is going to be 4 by 6. So I am going to bring in a piece of mirror card because the foiling is all gold, and I'm going to do my first layer at 2 notches under the 4 and 2 notches under the 6, and that should fit nicely onto there. No, it's not, because I changed those measurements. I think it needs to be 4.5. Sorry about this, guys. I was doing it to 2-inch block, but I wanted everyone to be able to do it out of an A4 sheet, and if I did this at 2 each thing, it needed a 13-inch piece. Yeah, so it needs to be, that's so 6 minus. Alright, so let's just get rid of that bit. This is not going very well, is it? But hey ho, let's get on with it. So It should be do so hate it when I can't make up my mind. I think it's 4.5 instead, 4.5 by 6. Yeah, 4.5 by 6, so apologies. Right, so 2 notches under the 4.5, 2 notches under the 6, and then that should fit into there quite nicely. And 2 notches under the 6. Right, okay, so just move those pieces out of the way. And then I'm going to bring in this piece here. So I can cut this down to 4 notches under the 6 that way, because we know that that across there is going to be the 6. And then this piece we had was 4.5, wasn't it? Yep, 4.5 minus 2 notches. So that's going to take it to there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it just above the design, because I really want the top half intact rather than the bottom. So if I turn that round, 4.5, so it's 4.25 now. And if I take that off, and then that, I'm praying, should fit onto there quite nicely. Okay, so we've got that design there on the back. And then, so the next thing I want to do is 2 mats. So I'm not going to mat on the inside, but I am going to mat on here and here. So I want 2 mats, and I need to grab some more gold. There we go. So they are 1.5 by 6. So if I cut this to 2 notches under the 6, not back into there for now, and then I want, so I'm lining it up on this side now because I have got the measurements there. So I'm going to 1.5 minus 2 notches and 1.5 minus 2 notches, and these should fit nicely onto these pieces here. So 2 look like they're exactly 6, so let me just check. Yeah, I'm just going to take a little bit off there, so we'll have to do the same with this one, I would imagine. And it's just quite a narrow border, but it should be fine. I'll just put a bit more off there. It's just a little on the long side. Not quite sure. I'm wondering whether that card might not be cut as straight. That'll be a manufacturer thing, not me that time. Okay. So we've got that bit, we've got that bit. We've got this piece left over, which is 5 3/4 by 3.5, and so I have got, this is my piece, wasn't it? So we cut that to 7. So I'm thinking for the topper, I really don't want to hide all of that. So I was going to go with one of the big square toppers, but I think I might go with one of the smaller ones instead and have this panel on the side. So if I cut this down to, I'm going to go to 2.5, and then I can, oh, we need a bit of gold as well. So this is going to need to be okay. So that piece is 2.5, so I'm going to bring that over to 2.5 plus 2 notches, and then I want that piece to be 2 notches under the 5, and then this one I need to trim down to 4 notches under the 5, and I think I am going to take most of that trim off, because otherwise it's just going to look a little strange. But that should fit onto there. That's going to go onto our front piece like so. And this piece is the spinner. Let's get rid of these before I confuse myself with that. And then this piece, which is the piece we did that was 7 inches, we need to do 2.5 plus 4, I think it was. Yeah, 2.5 plus 4 notches. And that should allow our little matten layer on there. It's going to go on our front. Okay. So what I might do with this, I don't like the fact that I'm hiding my birds quite so much, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap that around. So I'm going to whip that down there. We'll do a little bit of joining. I've got to do some scoring on there, and it should be good to go. Okay, so I'm going to bring in the scoreboard again, and with this piece that we just cut to the 7 by 2 3/4, and I'm going to score at 1/2 inch and 2. And that's just going to give us that same dimensions as that our scoring here. So we're going to have a nice, it's the steps will be the same, the step size. Okay, I apologise, my words are not working properly today, so I do apologise. Okay, so I haven't cut the decoration steps, but I think we'll get started, and then I can come in and do the rest. So first things first, I want to glue this step, and the easiest way for me to glue this step and make sure it sits right on the card, so I'm going to use a bit of this red liner tape because it is the strongest tape I own. So we'll give it a good burnish down. I'll take that off. I'm also just going to pop a little bit of this glue on the corners. So I'm going to bend it under like it should be, and I'm going to bend this over so that I've got 2 of those embossing. So you can see we've got one line and then we've got the fold there, and if you stick it straight down like that, you'll see that it pops up to be a perfect square. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is this piece here. So let's get this reassembled. So we are going to reassemble it with this on this side. I don't even think I'm going to need to use any ribbon because a lot of it's going to be hidden anyway. So I'm just going to go straight in with some all-purpose glue. And it was this way. And it's going to be hard to tell on the border because there is a gold edge there, but it will be fine. And you can use the other piece just to keep you sort of square. So, and always, you know, with this is all-purpose glue, Clout all-purpose glue. Just be careful with it with your foil card because it can take the shine off. So just be sparing with it so it doesn't splurge out the sides. And I usually put a little bit of tacky glue in the corners just for a bit of quick stick. So you can see, because of that foil in there, it doesn't even look like it's been cut. So now I've got my image on this side, I'm going to have my step on this side, and you can see the birds. That's what I was aiming for. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pop this down. Oops, glue's drunk. And then we'll pop that just nicely on there. Like so. We'll give that a minute to take. And then I'm going to go ahead, while that is drying, we'll go ahead and pop this onto our panel. A good press down, and again a little bit of tacky glue in the corners. This is the white glue, and then my all-purpose down the middle. I think I'm going to do that way up. Those snowflakes at the bottom. Some of this may be hidden by our sentiment, so I think that will suit me a little bit better. Okay, so now we need to come to the decoration of these bits, because this is going to go over the top. So if I don't decorate that first, then it's going to be hard for me to get those on. So I need to do two pieces that are, or for this piece, which is 1.5 by 6. Obviously we need to take a little bit off, so I'm going to bring the trimmer back in. Let's see if we've got any bits left over. We haven't, so we will be using this one. So I'm going to go with, let's do it on this side, so 1.5 minus 4 notches, because obviously we've got that gold border as well. And just see if I'm putting that on there, is that going to match? It's not going to match exactly, but yeah, I'm going to do it that way. So 1, 2, 3, 4 notches. And then I'll just check how that fits on there, because I know we did have to trim it down a little bit. Just going to take a teeny bit more there. That's perfect. And then we'll do the same again. So 1.5 minus 4 notches. So really it's 1.25. And bring that one in, so 6 minus 4 to start with, and And we'll probably have to trim this one down a bit as well. No, that one's okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop these together. So again, all-purpose glue. Tacky glue. That straight into there. And then the same on here. And that one too there. Okay, so I think we'll use this one on this front piece. So again, all purpose. I am going to put a bit more tacky glue on here because obviously we're going to be gluing this other piece on, and I want that to sit nice quite quickly. So I'm just going to give that a good press down. And then if I quickly just put this piece on as well, just because we're in that area. Piece is wanting to move. Just give it a good press down. Just going to have to watch now because I've got glue on my mat, so I'll just give that a wipe in a second. Okay, and then we can pop that one onto that piece there. And like I say, it's not going to match exactly, but because this panel's coming over here, you're really not going to see that at all. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is just give that a really good burnish down. That one as well. And I am going to pop some red liner tape on. Good press down. You can use your tacky glue if you want to. I'm going to be using it on the bottom piece, just not on the top. So I'm going to pop some tacky glue onto here because I want that bit of wiggle room time just to get that in the right position for me. Like so. What I'm going to do is fold that under, just get it back in the right place and pop that down. So this does mean it won't go in a 6x6 envelope, which I didn't realise. It will be a, let's see, I'd say 6x7. But hey ho. It's looking nice. It's not standing up by itself, so last time I made this one I ended up putting a card blank on the back of it anyway. Okay, so the other thing you can do if you want to, with these bits here, if you did a piece that is, I think, so that's 1.5, so it would need to be 2.5 square, and scored it at half an inch, you would be able to pop a cap on the end, which means you could stuff it with some sweets if you wanted to. Okay, so we've got a choice here. So I could go with the robins that are going the other way. Let's try that. Let's see how that looks. I might take that off that frame, so I may not use the frame on this one. Here we go, so that's that one. save that for another day. That will go in the pack. And then I think I might go with To the Most Special Couple this Christmas. And that will go across there. And then we'll find somewhere for some gems. So we could raise that up a little. I kind of like that there though, and I do like that there. Yeah, I'm going to keep it as it is. Okay, so let's bring in, these are Hunkydory, probably I think 1mm pads. So just pop some of these on. A bit of tacky glue onto there as well. Just like to just cover myself and just give myself an opportunity to get it wrong and be able to write it. So I'm going to pop that onto there, and then this one I'm going to come in with the Crafter's Companion ones, which for me are a little more chunky. Check not too wide, I think this should be okay. As long as I get it on straight. There we go. So once the card is made, and I apologise, I've made it look a lot harder than it is. I think because I had something else in mind when I was planning my video today, but and that's just why I think I've made it look harder than it is, so I apologise. So but I've moved it over, I've left that on there in the end. Okay, so let's bring in a card blank which I did cut ready, and this is a 6x12 one. Again, just as usual, just score down the 6, pop that over, burnish it down. Oops, drop your board. Okay, so this should fit nicely onto there. So I'm just going to go ahead with some all-purpose glue. You can use your red liner if you want. I'm just going to go with that. I'm just going to pop that straight on top. Just give that a really nice press down. See, my cardstock isn't quite straight, but that's not me. That's the cardstock itself. So just give that a minute to settle, and then obviously the card will sit like so on the shelf, so it's going to stand up nicely. If you want to decorate along here, any of these inside pieces, you can do. I just think once it's on the shelf up high, nobody sees them. They just see the card as it is, you know. So it's not. I didn't think it was important for me, so I didn't do that. Okay, so I'm just going to bring in some gems, and I think I'm going to come in with these blue ones. And to start with, I'll grab my picky uppy tool. I'm going to pop some on these little snowflakes. I've got these teeny tiny ones, so these are the ones from Temu, and they really are nail gems rather than crafting gems, but I really like the tiny ones, especially when you've got little snowflakes like these. And one more. Okay, so we've got our little row of snowflakes there with our little gems on, and then I'm just going to come in on this corner, and this corner. And I'm going to come in with a medium one, I think. It's not a small one, a medium. These are real sparkly gems, real pretty. I'm just going to come around on that side there. Okay. So that is the finished card. Like I say, this card blank, even though I've cut it straight, it's just a little off on this side, so I will just, once this is dried, I'm going to go over that with my metal edge ruler and just trim that straight, and I'll also put an insert inside. But that is today's card. I am just going to do the one card today just because I really have struggled tonight for some reason, so I'm not quite sure what the issue is with me, but I'd rather sort of leave it at one nice card than try and do two when I'm not quite working as well as I usually am. Let's put it that way. What I will do is put all of the measurements and the score lines on my Facebook page, Sybil Jane's Concoctions, and the panel sizes and everything, just to sort of clear up any confusion if you wanted to recreate this. Okay, so apologies that it's only the one. To be fair, it is a nice card though, so I am pleased with it. It's completely not what I thought I was going to be doing today, because I had planned to use this topper here, but hey, it looks nice as it is, and I think that other one would hide this beautiful artwork here, so I really do hate covering that up. And it is quite nice how these two sort of snake together like a like the top of a gate, which I suppose is what they are, or a hanging hook in the garden or something. So yeah, I am very happy with it, so at least that's something. So thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, happy crafting, bye.